How you doing? This is Black Shy Guy here, coming back with another video. It's fight week for Miesha Tate. A lot of pressure is off her for the simple fact that Conor McGregor just lost his match. It's a lot of pressure off of Miesha Tate, who's coming back from retirement. Also, who's coming back from a very dark place when she was in retirement and before she was in retirement. Where it's gonna take her after a victory or a loss? I don't know where, because Miesha Tate, I don't know if she's suffering from some type of mental issue still, at least a little bit. I don't know. I doubt she'll dive back in it for the simple fact that now she has a child, and that a child basically changes your life. I mean, it ultimately changes your life. And a lot of people climb out of mental dilemma when they have a kid because they know there's someone else who depends on them. And I think Miesha Tate is that type of person. But it's fight week for her against Marion. Marion who's on her way out. You know what I mean? This is why I don't see it as a very I don't know, can I say a very competitive match? Can I say that Marion is gonna go in there less than 100% and not give it her all for the simple fact that it is her last fight? My opinion, I don't think she's gonna give it 100%. I mean, who's gonna go into a cage and try to risk their lives, especially when they're on their way out? I just don't see it happening. But Miesha Tate is talking about it in her press conference. Let's dive in. This is Black Shy Guy. Thanks for sitting on my table. Hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit the notification button for any upcoming new videos. Thanks a lot for joining me. Let's dive in. Ooh.
2 hours later.
Okay.
Like for you right now.
It feels damn good to say it's fight week. Yeah, I mean it's like that old friend that you haven't talked to in years, and you call him up, and you're like, you haven't skipped a beat. You know, that's how I feel. I feel at home with this. It's very natural, and I'm the happiest to be here that
Miesha Tate, gorgeous as hell.
I've been in a very long time.
When you made the decision to walk away, it seemed to me like mental burnout more than anything. Is that an accurate way to say it? Like, it wasn't that you didn't feel you couldn't compete, you were just kind of tired of dealing with everything?
Yeah, absolutely. I just had too much on my plate, and especially like baggage that I just really didn't need. I needed to clear away things that were taking away from me as a person, as a human being, right? We're all humans, and I think we've all been through rough patches in our life. And
Absolutely.
I think that was just a really rough time for me, and I just needed to.
And everybody remembers when she retired. When she retired inside the octagon. If you remember when she fought Amanda Nunes, after the fight was called, she was near the cage with her trainer, and she was basically saying, I'm done. I just don't want to do this anymore. I mean, that was crazy. Everybody who's seen that fight knew she was about to retire right there. She was about to retire right there.
Step away and regroup, and I kind of identified that as with the sport. But to be honest, when I've taken this 4 years away and I look at it, and I'm more in love with the sport than I've ever been, so it wasn't that. It was just the entanglement of everything, and that included the sport. And when I had to step away from the toxicity, that meant I had to step away from the sport too, because I just didn't know how to detangle the knot, you know, until I was outside of it.
As far as coming back, I wonder if this is like the ideal scenario, right? Like, this is kind of a small fight week card after a huge event. You know what I mean? Like, you were in the spotlight, in the heat of it, like, for a long, long time. Is this kind of refreshing that it's not all of that?
It's so perfect. It is so perfect.
It is perfect for her.
I'm so glad I wasn't on the Conor card. I just didn't. I've loved that I've just been able to focus on what I'm doing and just get my feet wet again, right? I mean, it's been a while. Yeah. I mean, I feel great, and I'm rolling with the momentum, but I don't feel like I need all that right now. I'm just doing my thing. Like,
She's coming in at the right time. Everybody's still focused on Conor, and that fight happened last week. Everybody's still focused on Conor. I'm not saying people are not going to be focused on Vegas 31, but everything and the mainstream media is so focused on Conor so hard right now, the Miesha Tate's comeback is going to be overlooked. And it's so perfect for her because she's not in the spotlight. She's not under that extreme pressure if she's going to win or lose her match. Obviously, that's going to get out. That's going to get out whether she wins or loses. But the pressure of it all is not as intense. Thanks a lot to Conor. She should send him in a gift bag.
I could have gone to the Connor fight too and just been a guest or spectator, but I'm like, I just want to focus. I just want to do my thing, and that's what I'm gonna.
And that was good too, that she didn't go to the Conor fight, because the camera obviously would have been on her and say, hey, she has a fight next week, and everybody would have been like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? It's just so much pressure off her for the fact that she wasn't on the fight card and that she didn't attend the fight.
Kind of been the theme of this camp, just very ultra focused.
What do you think about the matchup with Marion? What do you think she brings to the table? What do you think about her as an opponent?
Like, I think Marion is great. I really admire her. I think she's very solid. I don't think she has a lot of holes in her game. She's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. She has that strong submission over Sarah McMahon, so impressive. She has a great submission over Jessica Andrade, and she stays in fights. You know, the fights she has lost have always been very close. She's lost a number of split decisions. She's been on the verge of being a
But Marion is okay. I mean, this fight is not big. Let me. The only reason this fight has some kind of clout is because the return of Miesha Tate. It's because of whether she's gonna go for the title after this win, because she's still in that little decision making of whether she's gonna go on or whatever after this fight. Obviously, she's gonna go on. You can't come back for just one fight. But everybody's thinking, is she gonna push for the title? Because we all know who stands at the title.
Contender a number of times, and she just didn't get her break. But the way that I look at this fight and the Marion Renault that I prepared for is a mother who's going to have her son in the corner for the first time, who's going to look at somebody that matters between rounds and say, I don't want to let that person down. You know what I mean? I could only imagine as a mother, if I physically saw my children between the rounds, like, it's going to charge her, and she's going to come, and she's going to bring it. This is the fight, you know, according to her, that she's always wanted. She's always wanted to fight me, and there's nothing left. It's her retirement fight. So what does she have to say for?
I guess she's going to fight at 100% then. I mean,
there's nothing else. So I think for her,
I'm no
she's
one
gonna
to
bring
say that
everything
she isn't. I
has.
just
So
have an opinion
I've
of
really
it.
had that mindset the entire camp, that there is no underestimating this woman. A lot of people might, because they might look at her record and say, oh, it's not the best, you know? She's never been finished in the UFC. How about that?
Yeah.
Who else can say? I mean, not very many women, not even the champion Amanda can say that. I can't say that. Holly can't say that. You know, I mean, a lot of the very best women in this, you know, Juliana fighting for world titles, she can't say that. But Marion can. You know, and she's fought a lot of the best. She's never been finished. So she's a tough, you know. She's
That is
I don't
true.
Say tough
I
dog, I
mean,
don't want to, you know, but you know what I'm saying. Like, she's a veteran. And she knows how to stay in these fights. So
to put her out, it's
I'm
going to be
expecting her to bring
difficult.
it.
I know that you said that, you know, coming back, you're not wanting anything less than gold, right? You're coming back for it all. But what's the journey for you here, right? Because this would be, like you said, she's
This is what
tough,
I wanted to hear.
competitor, but not necessarily the highest ranked. You walked away at the top of the division. How do you go? I mean, do you start from the bottom and work up, or do you think what you accomplished 5 years ago means that, you know, you're 2 or 3 in the world or 1 win away from a title shot? How do you see your journey to the top?
I don't know how it translates. You know what I want to do? I just want to start with Saturday. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I think it's very important that I get that win and I don't look too far ahead. You know, I am somebody who has short-term, midterm, long-term goals. So there's a way that I would like for it to go in a perfect world. But I know that I need to accomplish this. It's imperative that I get this win for my trajectory. And, you know, I think it's not unrealistic to say that if I have the performances that I'm planning on having, that it could be, you know, as little as 3 fights until I'm back into a title shot. You know, if I'm beating and I'm continuing to move up and I'm climbing the ranks, you know, that I think is a fair assumption, but I just.
Okay, so she is in it. That's a good thing. She's in it for no less than gold, and that's a good thing. That means we're going to get the Miesha Tate who wants the title. We're going to get the Miesha Tate that she's going to go all out. We're going to get the Miesha Tate that basically was full on determined to get the gold, and anything less was a disappointment. So that's a good thing to hear. But like she said, she's only taking it 1 fight at a time, and she's starting with Saturday. Hopefully she pulls out that win with Marion, and after that, who knows? Because she has a lot of good strikers she has to get through, and I hope she worked on that, like I said in my other video. But what do you think? Are you excited for Miesha Tate's return? Are you going to watch the fight this Saturday? Let me know what you think, and let me know if you even care. This is Black Shy Guy. Thanks for sitting at my table. I'm out of here. Peace.